Hello everyone, and I hope that this video finds you well. I hope you're all doing well. Unfortunately, yes, things continue to be a little bit challenging for all of us, no matter where we are around the state, around the country, around the world. Unfortunately, this COVID-19 situation seems to persist, at least here in the United States. I'm not sure if any of you are watching this video from somewhere else around the country, but around the world especially, because unfortunately, yes, the situation continues to be difficult. Therefore, I wanted to offer a part 2 of guided meditations in support for COVID, and this particular series is based on developing and strengthening resilience. In part 1, we looked at resilience, individual resilience, from the perspective of using our own breath, our own capacity to regulate our nervous system, our body, with the use of breath. At first glance, this again may seem a very superficial, almost too basic or not necessarily effective technique, but I hope that those of you who did try the meditation practice on breathing found it supportive. And please let me know. So send messages either directly or through the channel, and I'll be replying to those and questions and clarifications. Always happy to stay in contact. Coming back to this series, so in part 1 we looked at the importance of developing an attunement to breath as a way of developing and strengthening an inner sense of resilience. And again, here I'm still focusing on individual resilience more on a physiological, neurological level, which obviously, as we will continue to see, does connect to our psychology, to our emotions, to our capacity to take care of ourselves in a variety of different ways that are all part of the general landscape of resilience. And we'll continue to, in the next videos, to also look at other aspects. But for today, I would like to focus on part 2, still somewhat on the physical level, more on a neurological level. And so with the practice of breathing, as we saw in that previous video, which I encourage you to see if you haven't before you continue with this one, is to really focus on our capacity to bring upon a greater activation of our parasympathetic system, which is the system in the body that helps us regulate after experiencing stress, anxiety responses, versus sympathetic system, which actually activates the entire nervous system. So with breathing, we can help ourselves regulate and come to a better sense of quiet and relaxation. And with today's practice, I like to focus and extend from the breathing into more specific experiences that are neurological and physiological to help us continue to regulate. Now, why do so? Well, because we know that under stressful periods of time, such as this one, our nervous system, our psychological system, our physiological system, our emotional system, and so on, are gravely impacted, or a minimum significantly impacted. What we are facing continues to be something that we have not experienced at all in decades, perhaps even longer, in our history, in our human history. So there is a lot that even in the short time of 6 months, which seems, and in fact it is a lot of time, but relatively speaking, still a short time for us to be able to adapt to this new way of living, and adapting both individually, relationally, socially, collectively. So the stress is here. And as I mentioned in a couple of other settings, unfortunately this continues to be, quote unquote, rephrasing again, quote unquote, a game, quote unquote, of endurance. And I'm saying quote unquote because I don't want to have the term game be misconstrued here. So it is a question of endurance, and the best ally that we have for our endurance is building and developing more resilience. So to do so, in this guided meditation, we'll focus on using the body and how to, in addition to the breath, bring upon with intentional awareness a greater sense of relaxation or restoration in the entire body. So let's do this. Let's pause right now so that you can set up for this practice. And here I would suggest a couple of possibilities. One would be to sitting on a cushion or on a chair. The other would be to lie down. And if you decide to lie down, make sure that you are comfortable with your neck, your lower back. And ideally, if you lie down, make sure that you lie down not completely sort of supine flat on the floor or whatever you decide to do it. But if you do decide to lie down and you feel that perhaps your attention may be a little bit compromised, make sure that you lie down with your feet on the floor, knees bent. You can keep your knees bent upright, or you can make it into a TP, so to speak. That will help you remain a little bit more alert and present during the practice. With that said, let's pause here for just a few moments, so feel free to do so, and we'll continue in a moment with the actual practice. Thank you. Okay, welcome to this resilience meditation practice with focus on our physiology and neurology, so to speak, to be able to again relax and develop more resilience. So let's begin. Now that you have found a comfortable place where to sit or lie down, take a few moments to breathe in and breathe out with as much awareness of your experience of breathing as possible. Notice the in-breath, notice the out-breath, and allow your mind to bring focus, attention to this experience of breathing in and breathing out with as much consistency of presence, calmness and relaxation as possible. The intention in this practice is to bring upon a greater sense of relaxation, restoration, release of stress and whatever on a physical, mental, emotional level we do no longer need to hold on, or at least not for the duration of this practice and perhaps the time following it. And with that intention in mind, come more and more in contact with your breath, noticing without changing the breath in any way, the natural easy flow of breath in and out of your body. Pay attention particularly to the sensation and the experience of the out-breath, of breathing out. And with each out-breath, relax and release the body as much as possible. Notice that when we bring intentionality into the experience in our mind and our body, combined with the breathing, this process of letting the movement of the breath come in and out, and especially the out-breath, that we have the opportunity to enhance the quality of this experience. So as you breathe out, notice as the body naturally responds to the breath exiting the body and relaxing, releasing itself. And tune your full body attention full body awareness on the sensation that you experience every time you release and let go of the breath. The reason for that is that as we release and let go of the breath, we can begin to more intentionally connect with it, the release of tension, tightness, contractions in the entire body, which are unfortunately typical when we experience stress, anxiety, frenetic lifestyle, changes, uncertainty, difficulties, because our body is, in its intelligence and the ability to rebalance, and also unfortunately takes on whatever we experience internally and in our environment. So right now, to take care of ourselves and to continue to build resilience, we must take care of our body also at this level, with intention to connect with the entire nervous system, with the entire body itself, and let go, release of anything that right now is not longer necessary for us to hold on to. So let the breath be a natural guide to release and let go. As you continue to quiet your attention and presence on the breath and the body, notice overall if your body is beginning to relax. In your seat, perhaps by feeling a little bit more grounded, you may notice a sensation of increasing the sense of weight. And if you're lying down, you may begin to feel a sense of release of the body onto the ground or onto the surface that is right now holding you. And that's just right, moving in the right direction, releasing contraction and tension and resting. Calming the nervous system and calming its impact on the body. It is one of the most important keys to develop resilience and well-being. So notice how you feel every time you are able to let go a little bit more of physical tension, tightness, contractions, stress. And notice how that feels also mentally, to be able right now to let go of everything else that has been happening in your day, whatever may be happening later, and just give yourselves full attention, full care, full acknowledgement. Full attention, whenever you notice the mind wandering off, be kind and patient, bring it back to this breath, to this out breath, to the sensation you experience in your body. And so as we continue, bring attention to the lower part of your body, beginning with your feet. First, feel your feet. Notice the sensation there. And then with the next couple of out breaths, release tension, tightness, and or give yourselves a sense of touching that part of your body, your feet, with kind, loving sense of self-care, of relaxation. as you finish with the feet, bring your attention to your ankles and the lower leg. You rest your attention there, and here too, with kind attention, sense of self-loving care, relax and release. Do so with each out-breath for the next 2 or 3 breaths. Now moving into the area around your knees, and then up into your thighs. Inner thigh, outer thigh, front and back. Notice the sensation. And then with the next 2 or 3 out-breaths, release as much tension as possible, letting the muscle of your legs really be calm and relaxed. Then moving into the areas around your hips, your hip joint, your hip sockets. Notice sensations there, and release with the next couple of out breaths. And as you do so, begin noticing the interconnection in at least this area of your body. So from your hips down through your thighs, your knees, lower leg, all the way down to your feet and your toes. Notice the entire interconnection, and with the next 2 or 3 breaths, give yourselves a full sense of release and relaxation, of tension and tightness, all the way down to your feet, from your hips down. And then with your inner sense of awareness of the body and full presence, connection, bring your attention back into the hips, lower back, and beginning with the tailbone area, the very bottom part of the spine. Notice if there is any tension there, sense the experience that you're having coming around from the tailbone, the hips to the front, lower, very lower part of the upper body. And as you bring attention there again, relax and release whatever tension you may be experiencing. And then let's begin traveling upward along the spine and on the spine itself, noticing your lower back, an area that sometimes for many of us can be challenging and at times even painful. So bring full attention there, relaxing and releasing. then gently traveling upward along the spine from the lower back to the lower parts of the ribs on your back, mid-back, stopping right in the center of your back for a few moments, where you may be able to notice your lungs breathing, the movement of your rib cage as you take the next breath and the breaths following. And with each out breath again, relax and release. Bringing that attention to the bottom of your scapulars, shoulder blades, around your shoulder blades. And then coming right at the top of our back, our torso, where unfortunately many times we experience tightness, contraction, and perhaps even pain from stress, from rigidity of the body responding to difficulties. And notice the tension that can be accumulated right there, the bottom at the base of the neck, upper back. And take a few more moments here, dropping the shoulders even more if you're sitting, relaxing them into the ground if you're lying down, and as you breathe out, release and let go. Each out breath an opportunity to restore balance. Each out breath an opportunity to connect deeply with our body, our nervous system, all the way down into our cells. With kind awareness, bring your attention from your shoulders, base of the neck, upper back, to the shoulders themselves, and begin sliding down with each in-breath and out-breath, especially your attention along the shoulders, the arms, down to your elbows. And then on the front of the chest, from the base of the neck on the front of the chest, the front of the upper body, the collarbones. At the same time, begin to slide your attention down to the rib cage, the entire part of the chest, the cage that covers heart, lungs, and slide down about the same height of your elbows and forearms. Pause for a few moments. Notice your breath. Relax and let go of tension, and enjoy some relaxation. Then continue sliding your attention, and with a sense of care, down from the elbows to your forearms, to your wrists, to your hands, your fingertips. And with the front of the body, bring your full attention now onto the belly. Soften up the belly as much as you can. And notice whether you're sitting or you're lying down, how by relaxing the entire body and relaxing the abdomen, the abdominal muscles, you may be able to experience more relaxation in this other very important part of the body, the belly area. And with each in-breath, notice the rising and the expanding of the belly. With each out-breath, notice the receding and relaxing of the belly into itself. A normal sense of expansion and retraction, of letting in and most importantly letting out. So with each in-breath, notice the sensation, and especially with each out-breath, notice the release, the natural release of the belly into itself, the soothing sensation that we experience when the breath exits the body. Especially if you're lying down, you may experience this with even more, with a deeper sense of connection to the body and to the ground. So enjoy this wave-like, ebb and flow-like effect of breathing in, breathing out. And with each out-breath, release and let go. Enjoy restoring quiet, balance, calmness, relaxation in your body. Bringing attention again, as you continue to keep attention onto the body, gently with your awareness travel upward along the center of the body, from below the belly to the belly button, solar plexus, center of your chest, all the way up, and bring attention to the bottom of the neck and around your throat. Relaxing and releasing all around the neck, front, sides, and back especially, bringing attention to the bottom of our head, where the neck connects to the head. Holding attention around the neck and that area of connection with the head. Breathe out for the next 2 or 3 breaths and release again. Tension and tightness. Relax, bring awareness, calming awareness to this part of the body. And from the base of your neck, the base of your head, begin traveling upwards. From the back of your head, back of your cranium, back of the ears, sliding up, as if you were caressing your skull, your head, with your hands, upward to the center and top of your head. And from there, sliding down to your forehead and to your temples, with each out-breath relaxing and releasing. Sliding down to around your ears, your temples, and then your jaws, front of your face, sliding down your eyes, your eyelids, down to your cheekbones, your jaws, your nose, your lips, your mouth, and your chin. And for the next few breaths, notice the sensation in your face. Notice if there is tension. Perhaps may still there be some holding and frowning So relax your facial muscle as much as possible. And perhaps even relaxing your mouth even more, your jaws. It may help to open up the mouth, to rest your tongue at the bottom of the mouth, and releasing, experiencing full relaxation in entire face, entire head. Letting go, breathing out, releasing. And now take a moment as you continue to let go and notice if you can feel the entire front of your body. And taking the next 2 or 3 breaths to experience relaxation on the entire front of your body. Taking a few moments to experience the same sensation on the back of your body. If you're lying down, this may be felt in terms of the sensation of connection with the floor, with the ground. And now, 2 or 3 breaths, emphasis on the out breath, to experience relaxation and sensations of release in the entire body, from head to toe. As if you were showering with your awareness, your entire body, showering with relaxation, a sense of restoration, release, rejuvenation, the entire body. Top of your head, down to your face, your neck, your shoulders, arms, your entire back, your entire chest, belly, lower back, hips, legs, lower legs, down to your feet. Relax, release, restore. Balance, health, relaxation, rejuvenation, resilience. For the next few moments, just enjoy this shower of relaxation and release through your awareness. Stay fully connected to the entire body, to entire breath, especially the out breath, and continue to let go. Release and restore well-being, strength, health, energy, rejuvenation, relaxation in the entire body. Our capacity to bounce back from adversities, which is what resilience is, on a physical level, is incredibly enhanced by this type of practice, but what you're doing right now, moment to moment, breath by breath. In a few moments, we'll finish this practice. If you feel that it is supportive to you to continue, please do so. Remain where you are after the sound of the bell and continue. If you feel that you need to turn on your side, or remain where you are, or lie down somewhere else to maybe take a few moments to rest even more and perhaps sleep, please do so. Listen to your body. Otherwise, after you finish, take a few moments to notice how this practice has impacted you, how it is impacting you right now. Continue to let go, release, and enjoy these few moments of deep relaxation and restoration for the entire body. Take your time and continue with your next activities. As I mentioned earlier, if you find it supportive to continue the practice, please pause this video and just continue on. If you feel the need to relax even more, perhaps taking a nap or going to sleep, please do so as well. Otherwise, just move slowly for the next few moments. Notice how you experience this practice, especially on a physical level, but notice your emotions and notice your state of mind. And continue to give yourselves a little bit more time to transition into whatever you'll be doing next. This is another way of noticing that by slowing down, by taking our time, we develop resilience as well. Most importantly, notice and feel the benefits of this practice. Let it really soak into your entire body, just as you did a few moments ago. And hoping that this was supportive to you, return to this practice anytime you need it. This is again a very important time for us. There's a lot that continues to go on, so taking care of ourselves and others is very important. I sincerely hope that this practice was supportive and helpful to you. Please feel free to write comments, questions. Happy to answer all of them. And wishing you a restful rest of the day wherever you are. And wishing you a continued experience of expansion of your resilience, of your well-being. I'll say thank you for the practice. Enjoy it as much as possible. Share it with others if you find it supportive. And be well.